Listen to me. You're closer than you think. I know you're tired. I know you've been putting in the work and you haven't seen the results yet. But that's not the time to stop. That's the time to push. One more step could be the step that changes everything. One more step could be the one that turns your pain into power, your struggle into success. So here's what I want you to do right now. Hit that subscribe button because you don't want to miss a single video that's going to push you, challenge you, and remind you that you've got more inside you than you think. Every time you hear this voice, I want it to be a spark that lights the fire inside you. The breakthrough you want could be just one more step away. You've been grinding, sweating, crying, and giving everything you've got, and still it feels like the door hasn't opened yet. But here's what you don't realize. You might be standing right in front of it. You might be one step away from the moment that changes your life forever. Most people quit right before they're about to win. They get tired, they get frustrated, and they walk away when all they had to do was push just a little bit longer. That's why so many dreams never get lived out, not because the person didn't have the talent or the skill, but because they didn't have the patience and the persistence to take that one last step. Every great victory is built on steps you can't see. The ground you're walking on right now might be the very bridge that leads to your breakthrough. But you'll never know if you stop here. Think about the pain you've already pushed through. Already pushed through the nights you stayed up working mornings. You woke up early when no one else was awake. The sacrifices you made when no one was watching. That wasn't for nothing. That was building you up for this moment. Don't you dare stop when you're this close. The difference between staying stuck and stepping into your destiny is often smaller than you think. It's that extra call you make, that extra rep in the gym, that extra mile you run, that extra yes you give yourself when your mind says no. You might not feel like you're making progress, but that step you take today could be the step that changes everything for the rest of your life. Every chance you get in life is a gift. But here's the truth. Chances don't always come wrapped in a perfect package. They don't always look exciting. Sometimes they come disguised as hard work, as setbacks, as struggles you don't want to deal with. And because of that, most people miss them. They're so busy waiting for the perfect moment that they let the real moment slip right through their fingers. You can't wait for life to hand you something shiny. You have to recognize opportunity even when it looks like trouble. The difference between those who make it and those who don't isn't luck. It's awareness. It's being awake to the possibilities in front of you and having the courage to grab them before they disappear. Because here's the thing. Opportunities have an expiration date. They don't wait around forever. That's why you have to move with urgency. You have to treat every chance like it's the last one you'll ever get. When life opens a door, you run through it before it closes again. Sometimes the chance you need comes in the form of a risk you don't want to take. It might mean putting yourself out there, risking rejection, or stepping into something you've never done before. But if you let fear keep you from moving, you're not just losing one opportunity. You're losing the chain reaction of blessings that would have followed it. One chance can change everything. One chance can rewrite your whole story. But you'll never see that happen if you keep playing it safe. Every single day is a chance But it's up to you to step into it before it's gone. One more step might be one that breaks through the wall you've been pushing against for years. But you'll never know if you stop too soon. Too many people quit at 99%. They've already fought through the storm, already endured the pain, already climbed the mountain halfway. But the moment it gets harder, they turn back. They think, I've done enough, not realizing the victory was just around the corner. You've got to push past that last bit of resistance, because that's where the magic happens. It's always darkest before the dawn. And that's not just a quote. It's the truth about life. That last mile is the hardest to run. The last rep is the hardest to lift. The last push is the most painful. But that's also the part that transforms you. That's the part that separates you from the rest. Anybody can start. Anybody can keep going when it's easy. But the ones who refuse to stop when every muscle is screaming, when every part of them says, enough, those are the ones who break records, who rewrite their destiny. Every time you feel like stopping, I want you to hear this in your head. One more step, just one more. Don't think about the 100 after it. Don't think about the whole mountain left to climb. Just commit to one more. You never know when that one more is the one that changes everything. Success doesn't always come with a warning sign. It doesn't tap you on the shoulder and say, this is the moment. You have to keep going so you're still moving. When that moment arrives, opportunities don't always come with a neon sign. Sometimes they show up looking like hard work, like late nights, like sacrifices nobody claps for. That's why most people miss them. They expect a perfect moment, a clear signal, a wide open door. But in reality, your big break might be hidden inside the grind you're doing right now. You've got to stay ready, because the moment you stop preparing is the moment opportunity passes you by. Every day you wake up, you have a choice. Treat it like it's just another day, or treat it like it's the day everything could change. And the truth is, any day can be that day. You have no idea who's watching, who's listening, who's about to give you the shot you've been praying for. But if you're lazy today, if you half step today, you might miss it. That's why consistency is everything. That's why you can't wait until the right time. The right time is the second you open your eyes in the morning. You've got to understand the opportunity of a lifetime must be seized within the lifetime of the opportunity. That means no hesitating, no second guessing, no letting fear slow you down. Because once it's gone, it's gone. You can't rewind the clock. You can't undo the day you decided to coast instead of grind. Your future is being built right now with every decision, every action, every single step. The question is, are you building toward the life you want, or are you slowly letting it slip through your fingers? You've got to stop underestimating the power of small steps. Everybody's looking for the big leap, the one move that changes everything overnight. But life doesn't usually work like that. Success is built brick by brick, inch by inch, one rep in the gym, one extra hour of studying, one more phone call, one more email. These little moments stack up until one day you look back and realize you've built something massive. But most people quit because they can't see the progress in the moment. They want the results without the grind, the victory without the battle. Every step you take might feel small, but it's moving you forward. Even on the days when it feels like you're not getting anywhere, you are. It's like climbing a mountain. You can't see the peak when you're halfway up, but every single step is bringing you closer. That's why you have to keep going when you're tired, when you're bored, when nobody's cheering you on. Those are the moments that separate the ones who make it from the ones who almost did. You've got to understand, momentum is everything. The hardest part is starting, but the most dangerous part is stopping, because when you stop, you lose that rhythm, you lose that flow, and starting over is twice as hard. So you've got to make a decision. No matter how small the step, no matter how slow the progress, you keep moving. One step today, one step tomorrow, one step the day after that, because one day those steps will add up to the exact life you've been fighting for. You have to realize that every opportunity you get could be the one that changes your life forever. But most people don't treat opportunities like they matter. They take them for granted, thinking there will always be another chance, another day, another shot. That's why they stay stuck. The truth is, you don't know how many chances you have left. You don't know if the door will still be open tomorrow. That's why you've got to show up today like it's the only day you've got. You can't wait until you're ready, because that moment might never come. The great ones, the ones who win, they take the shot even when their hands are shaking. They move forward even when the plan isn't perfect. They understand that progress beats perfection every single time. And here's the thing, opportunities don't always look like opportunities. Sometimes they show up disguised as hard work, early mornings, long nights, and uncomfortable situations. But if you can push through that discomfort, you unlock levels you didn't even know existed. Life doesn't reward the people who stand still and think about it forever. It rewards the people who take action when others hesitate. So when a door cracks open, you don't just peek inside, you kick it wide open. You walk through with everything you've got. Because maybe this is the meeting that changes your career. Maybe this is the workout that pushes you to the next level. Maybe this is the conversation that connects you to the person who opens the next big door. You don't know, so you treat every single chance like it's the one you've been waiting for your entire life. You've got to understand something. The difference between the person who wins and the person who loses is rarely talent. It's rarely resources. It's rarely luck. The real difference is this: the one who wins just kept moving. One more step when they were tired. One more rep when their muscles were burning. One more phone call after the first 10 were ignored. One more attempt after the world told them, you're done. That's the secret. It's not about giant leaps every single day. It's about refusing to quit when the steps feel small, because small steps taken consistently turn into miles. Miles turn into momentum, and momentum becomes unstoppable force. But you've got to earn it. You earn it by showing up when nobody else does. You earn it by refusing to take today for granted. You earn it by deciding that one more step might be the one that changes everything. Think about it. What if the next door you knock on is the one that opens? What if the next audition is the one that gets you the role? What if the next meeting is the one that connects you to the opportunity you've been praying for? You'll never know if you quit now. And that's why so many people lose. Not because they didn't have what it takes, but because they stopped one step too soon. Life will test you. It will push you to the edge. It will make you question why you're even trying. And in those moments, your mind will tell you, this is pointless. Stop. But you've got to have the courage to tell yourself to no, I'm not stopping here. I've come too far to quit now. When the pain comes, take one more step. When the fear creeps in, take one more step. When the world doubts you, take one more step. That step might feel small, it might feel insignificant, but it might just be the step that crosses the finish line. You have no idea how close you might be. You could be inches away from the breakthrough. You could be seconds away from the moment that changes your entire life. But the only way to find out is to keep moving, to keep fighting, to keep showing up. The truth is, life doesn't hand you the reward when you want it. It gives it to you when you've earned it. And you don't earn it by doing the easy work. You earn it by doing the work. When your body says stop, when your mind says stop, when everything in you wants to throw in the towel, you keep going anyway. That's where the real growth happens. That's where champions are made. Don't think for a second that the great ones never felt like quitting. They did. They felt the same doubt, the same frustration, the same pain. But they mastered one thing, the ability to take one more step when everyone else sat down. You're going to get knocked down. You're going to face setbacks. You're going to make mistakes. But listen to me. Those things don't define you. What defines you is whether or not you get back up, whether or not you keep moving forward, whether or not you take that one more step. The opportunity you've been chasing, it might be waiting on the other side of your persistence. The life you've been dreaming about, it might be waiting on the other side of your consistency. But you've got to fight for it. You've got to protect your dream like it's the most valuable thing you own, because it is. And one day, when you look back, you're not going to remember the pain. You're not going to remember how tired you were. You're going to remember the moment it all came together. The moment the doors opened. The moment the dream became reality. And you'll realize it happened because you didn't quit. You took one more step. You gave yourself one more chance. So right now, wherever you are, whatever you're facing, don't stop. Don't walk away. Don't talk yourself out of it. Push forward. Take the step. Make the call. Finish the rep. Write the page. Have the conversation. Chase the lead. Take the risk, because this could be it. This could be your moment. This could be the step that changes the rest of your life. But you'll never know unless you try. And if you've been feeling this message, if it's been hitting you right where you needed it, then don't just sit back, act on it. Take your step, and while you're at it, hit that subscribe button right now, because I promise you, you do not want to miss the next message that's going to push you even further. Together, we're going to keep stepping, keep fighting, and keep chasing every single chance until the dream is ours.